Tonight, is your money safe? Here now, Maria Bartiromo and Dylan Redigan.
Let's dig deeper now into the state of the home front with our task force. On the East Coast tonight, Dolly Lenz, the #1 broker in the United States, her Prudential Douglas Elliman. On the West Coast, Kurt Rappaport, co-founder of the West Side Estate Agency. Good to have you both with us. Welcome.
Thank you.
Dolly, let me kick it off with you. We are expecting that we will see job cuts at Bear Stearns. We are expecting it's going to impact real estate as well as the economy overall. Are you expecting the housing market, real estate in general, to worsen further?
Well, first of all, worsen further. I don't see it having worsened, really. And I think most of the bad news has already been factored in and corrected in the marketplace. I think if you're a terrific development, you're offering amenities, you're offering services, and you have your eye on the ball, we're going to bode very well.
Now, when you say it hasn't worsened, you're talking specifically about New York, and are you saying that prices have not slowed down? The pace continues to be on the upside for pricing?
Prices have not slowed down. Possibly absorption is a little slower, but I have to tell you, prices have absolutely not slowed down in, let's say, the market under 10 million.
Kurt, how do you see it? Do you think the market gets further impacted by the happenings in financial services?
Well, I think you'll see some of that, but I think the market under 10 million, definitely there is some slowing. But in the high end, the 10 million and up market, the $10, $20 million inventory, there's just so little available that market continues to be very strong. For instance, in Beverly Hills today, there are 5 houses for sale above $15 million. That's it. In Malibu, there are only 6 houses. So when you have somebody who has a lot of money who's looking for a house, there's very little opportunity to even find something that makes sense.
Right. So, it's interesting because even in London, actually, when I was there last week, same situation. We were looking at homes that were on the market for $100 million, $50 million in some cases. So we are definitely seeing the pockets of strength. Would you say that it is then isolated just to the very high end?
In New York City?
I think it's definitely... It's definitely isolated to the high end. I mean, if you're not reliant on a mortgage, then you're not going to stop yourself from acquiring the property you want. It's the market that's reliant on financing, where a seller not only has to get a loan to qualify, they usually have a property to sell, and that lower priced property that they're selling just isn't selling. So that's what's slowing the lower end of the market. But in the high end, that you don't have those factors.
Dolly, we talk a lot about inventory being one of the issues, and certainly not being able to get a mortgage is an issue, but Kurt makes a good point. When you're on the very high end, these issues have not impacted you so far. What do you worry about? What are you watching as a woman right in the thick of things, in the business, who is focused on watching the stability in the market? What is the 1 or 2 red flags that you're looking at that could actually change your opinion on this?
I would say 2 red flags are inventory levels. I'd say that's the single most important thing, and right now they're very low. And I would say the second most important thing is a buy versus rent analysis. Where does it pay for you to buy versus rent? Right now it absolutely pays to buy, and that's why people are buying. So between those 2 factors, the sale market is quite healthy.
Now, Kurt, you're talking about the healthy market as well, particularly on the high end, but do you worry about situations like financial services? I mean, let's face it, the Wall Street bonuses are not going to be what they were, a year, 2 years ago. We are seeing financial services really take the hardest hit. That means Wall Street. The market's under pressure. Does that suggest anything could change for your market?
Well, in Los Angeles, we're not just reliant on Wall Street. We have, entertainment, we have technology, and many other sectors. Lots of buyers, who are now in our marketplace because, of the strength of the foreign currencies. Where our real estate, because there's so little of it that's available, becomes, very appealing to those people.
It sounds like a great story you guys are telling, and I certainly I believe in the high end that you're saying. But come on, you both are hoping that this story continues the way it is, and this is really good for your business, for you not to come on television and say, yeah, prices are coming down. Are you telling me, Del, you haven't seen any weakness across the country, putting New York aside for a moment?
Oh, across the country, there's tremendous weakness, but numbers don't lie. I mean, it's not what we're saying, it's not what we're hoping, it's numbers, and numbers just don't lie. Our numbers, for example, at Prudential Douglas Elliman, are as good this year as they were last year, as they were the year before. So really, that's what it's about at the end of the day. But across the country, we're at convention now in New Orleans, and everyone is absolutely crying at how sad they are, what are they going to do, how are they going to spark interest.
Right. But, of course, we're watching that high end. Good to have you both with us. Thanks so much for joining the party here and sharing your insights. We appreciate it.